Alright guys, here it is, the Napier Railton. So this car was the fastest car in 1933 in the world, fastest car in the world in 1933 at 170 miles an hour. And that was in the 1930s. That's just ridiculous. So the first thing we're going to be doing is a top speed test. Now, for those of you who don't know, cars from the 30s are pretty much death traps. And a car from the 30s that can do 170 miles an hour is even more of one. Alright guys, so before we whoa, it was out of focus. Before we do our race, I just want to take a look at the car because it is very unique. I mean, over here you've got your pipes which lead straight out and under the car. You can see the suspension right there. I mean, look at all that. It's just all out in the open. And the interesting thing about this car is you can't see it. Come on. It only has rear or front brakes. It does not have rear brakes. And that means that this thing is not the best around a track, because if we try to stop while turning, here, we spin out like that. So all this car can really do at the moment is top speed test. I'm assuming, here, let's do a bit of a rev. That's just a ridiculous noise. So it only revs up to 3,000 RPM. That's where it hits the line, which is somewhat odd. Oh my gosh, guys, this thing just accelerates surprisingly quick. It's actually a B-class car, stock. So this is third gear. I'm pretty sure it only has 3 gears. If you just look at how the rear just bumps up and down. It's so whack, so crazy. Look at the ride. Oh, we hit a dude. It's just such a crazy car. Like, just look at that suspension travel. So very much. Alright, so we've hit 170. Can it do 180? I don't think it can do 180. Although it is Forza. I saw 179. If I was a better driver, we could probably hit 180. Come on. Yep, we hit 180. Alright. Oh, thanks, tree. You helped us out. So, what we'll do next is, the Speedtail was rather disappointing a car. Didn't have very much top speed. So instead, let's see how much top speed we can get out of this thing. Alright guys, so I have fully upgraded it. The car, surprisingly, is only an S2 class, but there is something interesting I want to show you. See how the light reflects off of it? That's actually because the entire body is it's not a cast or anything. It's actually hand dented, like they just dented it to make the frame. Got it as smooth as possible, but you can still see all the little dents in the body. When I go into the normal mode, I suppose free drive, you can't see it because the game kind of removes all of that detail for smoother gameplay. So it goes up to 812. That's S1 class. The car itself, when stock, weighs 4,617 pounds, has 500 something horsepower. I wrote it down somewhere, but I can't find it. That's great. And 1,248 torque, Newton meters of torque, which is just insane. And listen to it. It's just a ridiculous car. There are no engine swaps for it. You can do an all-wheel drive swap. And also the brakes work just fine. Also the tires, actually no, I guess it only has frontal brakes still. So what I'm gonna go and do is still only revs to 3,000 RPM, which is kind of weird. I mean, it makes sense, but this is just a really weird car. So I'm gonna go tune it for drag racing, and we'll do a bit of drag racing. Alright guys, here we are. I have fully tuned it, and we are going to see just how fast it will go. The 0 to 60 time is, here, I'll just show you the 0 to 60 time. Our 0 to 60 time is 2.636, and our 0 to 100 is 7.3. Those are very disappointing. We're gonna, yeah, I don't know. This car, I mean, it is very whoa. It's very much an old car. I just realized I'm very much a derp. I didn't tune my tire pressure. Alright guys, here we are. I fully upgraded it. It has 765 horsepower. That's really small. The Speedtail had around 1300. It has 1500 pound-feet of torque and weighs 4,100 pounds. That is not surprising at all, but is still ridiculously heavy as the entire... Excuse me, Minnie. I'm busy. As the entire body is made out of steel. You also saw the derp. That was awkward. So, we're just gonna go straight for it. You could hear it. Oh, it whines so much. It's so ridiculous. So, it only tops out around 190 miles an hour. It's actually pretty disappointing. My last 2 gears are rather long, so it might take us a moment to get there. Oh, we gotta turn. Come on. 180. Alright guys, so it hits a very disappointing 202 miles an hour. Yeah, this is even more disappointing than the Speedtail. I mean, it is a really awesome car. It's got a huge steering wheel. It looks epic. I mean, what is this over here? There's just pipes coming out of the car. But it's rather disappointing. I mean, if we compare it to the Speedtail, it's rather sad. Here, let's go do that. Alright guys, here we are. We're going to be doing a timed run. Actually, here, we're going to get over here so I can... Dude, I'm busy. Sorry, dude. We're going to be doing a timed run. Starting 3, 2, 1. Alright. Yeah, this isn't the best. I'm holding a stopwatch in one hand, and... Oh, gosh. I failed to stop the stopwatch. Alright, guys, here it is. We are going to go through the speed trap and see how fast we can do, and then we'll compare it to the Speedtail. Oh, come on! We're even getting beat by the... Alright, we did 130. That's very sad. Now what we need to do is compare it to the Speedtail, and we'll show you just how slow it is. Alright guys, so we're gonna see how fast the McLaren Speedtail will do. Oh, that was really bad. I so very much screwed that up. So it did 187 through the trap. That is much faster than the Railton. Much faster. And it got an 8.12 compared to the Napier's 11.63. That's very slow. So the Napier Railton, it's an okay car. It's mostly just for looks. Yeah, so guys, the Napier Railton is not the best car. It's very slow in comparison to other cars. It's super slow compared to the Speedtail. And even that's kind of considered slow in my opinion. It's the past two cars have not been the best. I hope you enjoyed this video, and on this terrible disappointment, as said by Jeremy Clarkson, I shall see you in the next episode.